Now, I don't personally believe that karma actually exists, and I want to be the first one to point this out because apparently no one's ever told you this, but if you're an atheist and you believe in karma, then I'm sorry, you're just an idiot. Or you're just missing some form of direction in your life, which is fair enough. At the same time, I don't want to be too harsh. I mean, the term karma itself comes from Hinduism or Buddhism. I think it's Buddhism actually. But I find that things like this happen all the time nowadays. Like people, they treat religion like some sort of pick and mix. Like they'll just pick whatever they want, what sounds nice, and they'll just apply it to their lives and disregard the entire religion. Like in Christianity, it happens all the time. I've already made a video about that, which got a pretty decent amount of hate. Now, the main thing I really want to talk about in this video is something called confirmation bias. It's something that I've already talked about on this channel. And just like I said last time, I'm gonna reiterate in this video because, to be fair, most of you aren't subscribed. Subscribe, by the way. But confirmation bias is one of the most annoying things I've ever dealt with in terms of myself and other people, because we, and I quite literally mean we because I'm included, don't know when we're doing it. It just happens. It's one of the hardest things to realize that you're doing and to find self-accountability, all that type of jazz. Let's say like you're a basketball fan, right? You love watching LeBron. You have the idea that LeBron is clutch. And let's say I don't. LeBron will hit 3 game winners in a row and then miss the 4th one. And I'll be like, see, you see that? You see that? He's not clutch. He ain't MJ. He's not him. Did that right there. That's why he can't be the greatest. He's trash. Kobe and MJ better. That's confirmation bias because I just ignored game winners he just hit a week ago. The one he missed, I'm on his ass for. That's confirmation bias. But one thing that really pisses me off about us humans is that we actually have so much power already. We just choose not to use it, or we choose to abuse it depending on what the power is. But in my opinion, one of the most important abilities we possess is the ability to make decisions, because those decisions can create a new timeline and it can affect us for years to come, probably our entire lives. But unfortunately, whether it's we don't realize our powers or we take it for granted, we tend to misuse what we do have and dream about the things that we wish we had. And people act like computers because they always want to redo, they always want to control Z their mistakes, and sometimes you can't do that. But back to the original point I was trying to make, a lot of people tend to ignore in decisions they make, and they tend to put more stock in the actual outcome of the decision. And that's when they start labeling things as, oh, this is this person's karma. This is what they deserve to get. The universe has given back to them, as if they didn't make a choice out of their own free will, which resulted in this decision. It has nothing to do with karma. They just made a decision and it didn't bode out well for them. Because there's so many people in this world that have done bad things and still ended up with good outcomes. Look at the amount of rappers who talk about how they were drug dealers and they went to prison and all that stuff. And now they're successful rappers making millions and living their best life. Like, is that an example of karma? And obviously things are a lot more gray area. It's not so black and white as in they're bad people and they had good outcomes. But the reason I put it in a black and white perspective is because that's the way you have to rationalize it in your own brain in order for karma to work. The main point of this video is that I don't want people to, I don't know, use karma as an excuse to try and dodge responsibility for their own actions. If you make a choice, you gotta make a calculated choice. And when you make that choice, you gotta live with the consequences. Like, not everything is gonna go your way, but it's not karma. And if you're a nice person, I don't want you to feel like just doing nice things. I don't want nice people to be nice because they might get good karma back. You should just be a nice person just to be a nice person, honestly, because nice people don't always get good endings. It is what it is, but you should strive to try and be as good of a person as you can just for being a good person, not for the possibility of getting something back, because at that point, how good of a person are you really? Well, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about karma and all this type of jazz. I don't really believe it exists, but let me know what you think. Peace.
I'm not a savior nor a saint. Told 30s and sticks with an open case. I try to behave when I know I can't. So purpose of this is to motivate. What's the ticket? Shit we can negotiate. Take a toke of the law while I pour the drink.